Definitely Unnatural by Tangled Universe. Chapter 1. Getting accepted into the academy was simply done. However, making your mark was a whole other matter. It wasn't that Sephora wasn't up to the task, but it was hard when everyone wanted to take care of her all the time. She wasn't nearly as helpless as her family seemed to believe she was. Classes hadn't officially started, so she was thankful that she didn't have to wear that stuffy uniform yet. She was always sure that a big adventure was right around the corner, and that meant dressing for the occasion. She couldn't be too outrageous. This was a place of learning. That meant it was better to stick to the pastel side of her wardrobe, as opposed to the neons. A baby blue t-shirt with her soft pink pinafore dress was easy to move around in and was super cute. Being in a new school would have been a great chance to step out of her brother's shadow, but there was no denying they were related. Hardly anyone ever left Atlantis, and that meant they were the only two kids with bright teal hair. Her brother led her down the halls with a soft smile and a hand on her shoulder. He had insisted on helping her with her luggage, despite the unnecessarily long struggle. Orientation starts in an hour. You definitely will want to be on time for that. I can take you there if you want. Sephora pouted and shook her head.
No, Sai, I can get there myself. Besides, Lulu and I are sitting next to each other just like we always do. You being there would just make things weird.
He chuckled and patted her on the head. All right, I wouldn't want to crash your party.
Good.
She huffed as she took her luggage back. A pale-skinned girl with dark purple hair and a suitcase was standing near the main lobby, looking at a large bulletin board. She turned around and smiled softly at Sephora before getting ambushed by the small siren.
Lulu, you made it.
She shook her head and hugged her back with the limited range Sephora left her with. Was there any doubt that I would? Sephora giggled and shrugged.
You never know. It's important to be prepared for anything.
Sai stood there and smiled. Hey, Lou. Sephora shook her head and started pushing him away.
No. If anyone sees you, I won't have any chance of being anything besides Sai's baby sister. Now scram. Get married. Start a business. Just do something that's not here.
He laughed and patted her shoulder. All right. Text me your room assignment. I'll visit you later. She nodded and waved him off before turning back to Lucretia.
Ooh, I just know that this is going to be the most exciting year ever. Can't you just feel it, Lulu? We're already besties, and now we're going to be roomies. That's like the next big step.
Lucretia frowned and took Sephora's hand. I'm going to tell you something, and you need to promise not to panic, or...
I know better than to promise anything like that.
She chuckled and ran a hand through her purple curls. Right, well, we're not going to be dorm mates as it turns out. She started to pout.
What? We put in a request and everything.
I know, but it appears that you're going to be staying in a luxury suite with a Miss Marcella Ira? Sephora shook her head.
No. That's not okay. We have to talk to somebody about this before orientation. We can't be late, and we definitely can't be apart.
Well, you're going to have to get used to being apart.
But I put in a request and everything.
The tall elvish woman held up a small stack of papers with hastily written cursive and moe drawings. Is that what this was? We had assumed that you wanted creative writing as an elective.
Well, that definitely sounds amazing, and I do want to take that elective, but why can't we be roomies?
The headmaster looked her over with a sigh. I'm sorry, but there is no input in roommate assignments. You'll simply have to adjust. Now, I suggest you make your way to orientation. It is due to start. Sephora pouted and held Lou's hand as they headed to orientation. Her shoulders slumped, and her luggage trudged behind her.
I'm sorry I failed you.
You didn't fail me. I have a feeling that we will still get to see plenty of each other. Let's get through orientation. Then we can find our dorms and help each other get settled. I'm pretty sure that we'll still be able to make time for each other.
If you say so.